Hey guys, it's Dobbo here. Now, the NRL season might be over, but that doesn't mean the fun can't stop with Ladbrokes. Now, our great friends at Ladbrokes, you go and download the Ladbrokes app. You can join Mates Mode. We'll be having a little flutter over the Spring Carnival and also with the Ashes series coming up. Go and join our pot, Inside Ball, and just watch this space. But if not, just get on, download the Ladbrokes app and join it today. I absolutely love Ladbrokes. I get on, I have a little flutter most weeks. Sometimes you go well, sometimes you even go better when you're with the Rainmaker. But hey, go and join it today. Yeah, go and join it today. Enjoy it. We've got lots more coming on. Go to the little bullseye where it says more, then you hit Mates Mode, then you go Inside Ball, join the revolution. Welcome back, Inside Ball, and we are in the off-season. Preseason started. Rugby League is still front and centre.
You never sleeps, Dobbo.
Hello, Kev.
How are you, mate?
Good, mate.
How's your week been?
Big week. I went to Newcastle. I've been to Newcastle. Now, I've got to shout out, before we start.
Well, we've started, so shout out, mate.
Before it happens, there's a young man, we know a bloke by the name of Frank Barrett.
Frankie Barrett.
Frank Barrett
Everyone
is
in Rugby League knows
one of the great people of all time.
Yeah, he's a media manager at Newcastle Knights,
He certainly is. But he has a young son called Nixon.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
You named him the president. You know, like now, I've got to say this now. Frank Barrett, we love you. But
what's Frankie done?
Well, it's not
what's
Frank.
Nixon done?
Nixon has a YouTube channel called Barrett's Funhouse.
Right.
Now, I'm going to give Inside Ball, get on board, because this is the next generation of talent.
Is it Nixon's or is it just Frank running this show? What's happening?
I think Frank's trying to milk it. But Nixon, we love you and thank you for listening to Inside Ball. I just want to say good day to you. He made me some wristbands for the Twins the other day. I was in Newcastle.
Yeah.
I had dinner with Frank. Frank's got this porn moustache. You want to talk about
is it November, though? It's
great
November.
overachievers in the world, Frank Barrett with his wife. Nicky, how he married a golf pro. Yeah. One of the great overachievers of all time.
I was fortunate enough to work at the Melbourne Storm with Frank and also in the State of Origin. This was 2011, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Great character, great person to be around the team.
Well, get on back. Go to YouTube, subscribe. When you subscribe to Inside Ball, also subscribe to Barrett's Funhouse. There you go, Nick.
I'm going to have a look at that.
Yeah, President Nixon, we salute you.
Yeah, on your brother.
Kev.
Still got a bit of jet lag, Dobbo.
You have?
Yeah, I keep waking up through the middle of the night. Then I see that Ashes trophy and I drift off back to sleep, mate.
I could give you something for that. You want a gummy?
No, I don't need to take that. We're not in Vegas, mate.
I could give you something for sleep if you've got a drama.
Save them for Vegas, buddy.
Hey,
are you going to Vegas?
I'm going to Vegas. Yeah, Rugby League draws out. Rugby League draws out. It's all happening.
Now, I haven't seen anything, but what's all the talk about the Broncos and they're getting favouritism?
Well, what I would say about the Broncos is Magic Round is an away game for them, and every second game when they play the Dolphins there, that's a home game.
Well, so it is an away game because they use the away dressing room, Dobbo.
Yeah, but it's still...
And they don't get car parks and...
It's still Suncorp Stadium, mate.
I know, I'm just teasing everyone.
Mate, an extra 2 games at Suncorp.
But everyone thinks it's an advantage for the Broncos to play at Suncorp.
You don't think it is?
It's not. I've been at a club, the Melbourne Storm. They love coming to Suncorp and taking on the Broncos. Their record at Suncorp against the Broncos is better than their record at home.
Slowly getting shot.
What? Twice in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's slowly getting shot.
Yeah, but Dobbo, they had a strange, like lots of teams, and I spoke to a lot of the boys on the Kangaroo tour about this, about coming to Suncorp. They love it. It's massive crowd. The crowd's against you. They want to, prove the crowd wrong. They prove everyone wrong. So it's not such a big advantage that everyone thinks. Sure, the travel side of it is something, but travelling with teams, and this was always an advantage for the Broncos. Every second weekend, they were on the road together for 3 days.
Yeah.
And we used that back in the early days as a big advantage over the Sydney-based clubs who went home at night, slept in their beds, got up, drove to the game. Whereas we're spending, and post game, we'd always go. If we're in Sydney, we'd always go out. We'd head into somewhere.
Of course you did.
And that builds connection and mateship and all those things.
It certainly does.
So it's a big advantage for the Broncos.
Okay, so let's talk about this. The draw's out, Magic round set, grand final, Origins all set.
So who's kicking the season off?
Well, the
Thursday
season will
night.
get kicked off. Well, starts in Vegas.
Right.
Okay, and like if you go to that draw, and I'll show you all this now, and I'll just go straight there. It gets. I don't mind the draw for everybody that's gone on.
So there's 2 games in Vegas plus the English game, right?
Yeah. So it starts Bulldogs Dragons. That's the first game, and then
that'll be a big
Knights Cowboys as the second game.
That's another big one too for both those clubs.
And then you go the following week, 5th of March, Storm Para, Warriors Chooks, Broncos Panthers at Suncorp.
Is that on the Friday night?
That's the Friday night.
Yep.
And then Saturday, Sharkies Titans, Hannay up against his old club, Seagulls versus Raiders, then Dolphins versus Rabbitohs on Sunday, and that's where it starts.
Right. Now, I also saw, I know this is not probably good news to other, but the Broncos have got a lot of Saturday night games. The old Fox special, eh?
Yeah, they love it. You'll be commentating that.
Well, now
on the panel.
That's a transition. That's a transition, isn't it? The Broncos used to always be Friday night.
Yeah, they haven't got that, but obviously.
So Fox have obviously put a bit more money on the table or something.
No. 9 get the first pick of how many games they want.
Right.
So they get that, but they've also got to cater for a larger order of Sydney teams as well.
Yeah.
So then Fox get that. Now prime billing for Fox
is Saturday night.
We should just look at that while we're talking because it bodes well. If I go Broncos, and let's just talk Broncos, we'll look at all these teams here. So Broncos go Friday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Friday night. That's their first 4 weeks, right? So Friday, Thursday, 2 Fridays.
What about the Titans, mate? What have they got?
Okay, so then if you look at the Titans for the start of theirs. They've got Saturday, like the middle game. No, the 4:30, which is 5:30. Then they got the Sunday graveyard at 6:15. The Sunday graveyard at 6:15. The Sunday graveyard at 6:15. They got 3 Sunday late last game in a row.
Well, that's okay.
Well, it gives you 7 days.
They've got 7 days prep.
Yeah, they've got 7 days. So then
there'll be some home and away in there as well.
Then if you look at the Dolphins. They start at Suncorp against the Rabbits, 4 o'clock Sunday.
Oh,
then they have the 6:15 at Suncorp on the Sun against the Titans. So they've got a 4
local derby.
Yep. Then they go to Shark Park for the 5:30 Saturday.
Did I tell you about the derby and how that originated? I did on the podcast.
Yeah, you
didn't
did. That was a snore fest, mate.
Yeah, we don't need to go there.
Then they've got the Suncorp. So in actual fact, they've got a pretty good run. They've got. Four. The Dolphins have got 3 at Suncorp in the first week.
No one's jumping up and down about that.
Well,
hey? And what about the Cows?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Well, they've got to go to Vegas, so that.
Well, the Cows go to Vegas, obviously, and they take on the Knights. Then they get then they got the West Tigers at Leichhardt.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Then they've got the Titans at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Then the Storm at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. So they'll go Vegas, Leichhardt. And then 2 at home, which is the start the first 4 weeks.
That's not too bad. And there's a lot of crossover there between the Queensland clubs as well, which I like early in the season. To get the emotions.
Well, round 4 is a traditional Dolphins Broncos.
Yep.
You've got Titans Dolphins there. There's a lot. There is a lot there to like.
Right now, hang on. Well, I'll get your opinion on this. Magic weekend. I saw some noise around the Raiders are missing out this weekend.
Yeah.
Now, I saw
Corey Parker made a valid point. He made a valid point, mate.
Yeah, I don't disagree with what Corey said.
Minor premiers last year, and they copped the bye this year. Now, I don't think Ricky really cares. You've got to get a bye at some point. So every team's got to miss out.
Yeah, what round's the bye, though? Is it round 11?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Right, so you've played 10 games. So if that's your first bye, well, that's okay. That's okay. What about the theory, if you get the spoon, you miss out on Magic Weekend? Do you concur with that?
No, no, not at all.
Well,
every team has to have a miss.
You reckon Brisbane are
No, well, they're not going to, but if you buy the books, every team has to have a miss at Magic Round. Just like every team's got to go to Vegas.
Yeah, right.
Every team's got to miss out.
Going to Vegas is a bit different to missing Magic Weekend, I can tell you.
You reckon?
Well, I'd rather, if I'm a coach of the NRL side, I'd rather miss going to Vegas and play Magic Weekend.
What? I don't understand what the issue is
Have
here.
you taken 30 blokes to Vegas and survived? No, you
No,
haven't.
I've been there, though, when you were there.
Yeah.
And you didn't survive.
I did survive, mate. I survived Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard, Dobbo.
Well, every team's got to do it.
I know. And
Every team's got to do it.
And you notice one team has been, and they've been trying to get the Storm to go to Vegas, and Craig Bellamy, too smart, mate, refuses
Well, he's going to have to go the following year. He's going to have to go.
No, he's got one.
Dolphins have got to go. They've all got to go. They've all got to have a turn, mate.
There'll be one team that misses out. You know who it'll be? The Storm. Storm will be the last team to go to Vegas, I'm telling you.
Well, anyway, I don't necessarily agree with that.
Because of the distraction that it is. And it's great for the game, I get that, so we're sort of arguing over nothing.
Anyway, draws out. Thank God, football's back. Let's get into this. Rugby 360. Now, as we record this today, we know Lomax is gone. We know Pappenhouse is gone. They've left football. Why would Zach Lomax leave a ground release? You tell me. 1 year into a 4-year deal, huge money.
Right, now we're going to get a guest on next week who knows a bit more than you and I do about this R360, Rugby 360. So hopefully he'll be able to spill a bit more next week and enlighten us a bit more. But it's just it's a mystery at the moment, Dobbo, but it is real. It must be real.
It has to be, mate. It has to be real. It's going to happen.
And where's Payne Haas? Is he?
Well, he's on an island in Fiji without a mobile phone. He literally, I rang the club yesterday. See, I got tipped yesterday that it was going to be, look, there's 2 trains of thought here. I'll just tell you exactly. I got mail yesterday that there was going to be an announcement that he was signing a letter of intent to join Rugby 360, R360.
Right,
now,
for the 2027.
27. So he'd
do you think that Volandi's risk go bang?
No, he'll have to play this year because it's a letter of intent. It's not a contract. So then there's a bit of mail today saying that, you know, he's probably going to stay at the Broncos. I rang the Broncos yesterday. I said, well, mate, what's going on with Payne? They said, well, mate, we can't get in contact with him. I said, why not? They said, because he's left his mobile phone here in Brisbane and he's on an island in Fiji somewhere with his family.
Right.
So his management's clearly handling all that. His missus has got a phone. He'd be doing some stuff like that.
Yeah, left his phone at home, Payne. Payne, good work, mate.
So he's left his phone at home. But there's a lot of noise around Payne Haas going. Now, if he is to go, I don't have a problem at all with it.
No one should have a problem.
But I don't necessarily know. I do think that they should be banning. They should be banning those players. Like you got to make a. You don't think they should be banning them?
What? Well, I've got to be careful what I say here.
You have. I think if you're going to go to a rival network, like but it's not. It's not Australian rugby. This is like the Live Golf. Now, if you talk to the people who are smart. Like Peter Volandis, they say it's a tin pot show.
I'll stick with Peter. He's my man. So
I just think
and Peter we trust.
Yeah, well, look, and he made a valid point yesterday, Peter Volandis. We can get you to PNG, and you're going to have some tax breaks there. If you want big cash and that, well, play for the Hunters, the Chiefs. Play for the Bears. Like, you know what I mean? There'll be some incentives coming up that way. Like, I'm not saying that he doesn't, but Lomax to go. See, that part of me thinks that Lomax, because there was words that Lomax was going to go.
No, and I knew you were going to bring this up.
Well, mate,
I'm going to just shoot you down.
You named him in the Australian side.
I did, right?
And then all of a sudden, a mystery injury comes up.
Parramatta missed the finals, right? Yeah. I rang a few players and said, you needed those that were in and around the side. And he was obviously on the wing for Australia last year in the Pacifica Nations tournament. So I rang him. He said, yeah, I'm so keen to play. I really want to play. I'll keep training. And I said, do you want us to send you a program? We'll get some stuff to your Parramatta Chiefs there and they can help you with it. He said, yeah, that'd be good, but I pretty much know what I need to do to stay fit. Right? And then he was keen. And then he rang me about a week out from the team being announced and said, oh, Kev, I've got a problem with my groin. So I thought, okay, that's fine. He said, I had it at the back end of the season, managed it well. I've had a bit of time off. I went back and did some goal kicking and I'm not going to be okay. I said, it was very legit for me and honest. Right?
Right. So okay.
So I believe him, yeah.
Well, that's fair enough. I don't. And I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah.
I actually think that there was talk before that he played his last game. I think that was mentioned on 360 that he played his last game.
What? When Parramatta got knocked
Parramatta said last game of NRL. Now, I think it was mentioned on 360 by somebody. It might not have been Braith. It could have been Reedy. Either way,
Anyway, you believe what you want.
Well, anyway, he's not playing. He's gone.
He's gone.
So he's gone.
And you know what? I don't have a problem with that either. With him, they're only in this game for a short period of time, Dobbo. And they've got to.
Yeah, but mate, if we bastardise our brand,
and he's a single fella, I don't think he's got a girlfriend, or maybe he's got a girlfriend.
But
we're not that's opening up another opportunity. Look at it. Look the positive of it. Another opportunity. Another young winger, fullback, centre, whatever you want to be, opens up a spot in the top 30 for another young kid to come through. I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
Well, we are going to unpack it a
Sonny
bit more.
Bill left.
Yeah.
Right? And there was a lot of noise and, he's not coming back to the league. He was back playing league about 6, 7, 8 years later.
Yeah, he won a premiership
for the Roosters.
Yeah.
And everyone wanted to, was very, very critical of Sonny Bill. He was in the prime of his career, that rugby league given him so much.
Yeah.
And good luck to him. He went and played rugby played for the All Blacks. Had a great career in rugby.
So what do we think? Okay, so let's park this 360. It looks like Pappenhausen will go there. It looks like...
There's more, Dobbo. Yeah. There's more.
I'm hearing Will Warbrick's a chance.
Yeah, well, he's been an obvious target, mate.
This talk about Herbie, that's not true. Herbie ain't going there next
Farnworth?
year. Well, he's signed, mate. He's signed an extension.
Hey.
End of 27.
Don't be surprised, young Herbie boy.
End of 27. So he's not going until, maybe in 28, but he ain't going anywhere.
But can you yeah.
I get what you're saying, and I get where you're saying, but
the game just keeps producing talent, mate.
Yep.
Over the years, we've continued to produce talent. Someone leaves, someone retires, someone comes through underneath, Yep. That's just the way rugby league rocks. We're very fortunate. We've got great depth across our game. And with the two new clubs coming in, we're going to need even more depth, which will open up more opportunities. Not only for players, but for coaches.
Yeah, but if we're losing players to R360, we've got 2 new sides coming in. I don't necessarily know where the depth comes from. Does that damage our game? I can understand why Andrew Abdo and Peter V'landys are trying to protect it. They're trying to protect it from these rivals.
But we can't offer the money that this allegedly R360 are offering, Dobbo. What are they talking with Payne Haas? $3 million?
$3 million US.
US a year?
Yeah, 12 weeks. Tax-free.
And you get a big fella like Payne who plays every minute of every game if it required.
He'd be a very, very lethal number 8, wouldn't he?
Well,
imagine.
You put him inside centre, mate. Imagine ploughing on the ball at inside. They did that with Benny Teo. Put him inside centre.
How good was Benny Teo? Okay.
Be interested. You asked Ben Teo when he was on about what did he say about it all?
Well, he doesn't really know. He's got people in his camp that don't know if it exists, people that say it is.
Yeah.
There's no real definitive.
Yeah, but he went and played rugby, right?
Yeah, but he loves it. He loves rugby union and he loves rugby league and playing with it. But this R360, he's got journalists over there. They don't even know that it's going to happen. So it's an interesting scenario. What do we think of? We'll leave that there. What do we think of the grand plan? 20-team comp, 1 round.
Love
that
it.
You play. That's it. That we don't, and then we have standalone Origin block.
Love it. And look at the Pacific Nations now. You know?
So do you think that the grand plan of PVL and Andrew Abdo that they came out last week that their grand plan is to have 20 teams, 1 round, so you play 19 games, and then you break in the middle of the year. So the season still has that 4-week, maybe 5-week, where there's Pacifica and there's also Origin.
Right. Well, that's going to create some.
Yeah, but it still has the same duration.
Yeah,
but
the TV content
the TV
is the same.
content is the same, and you've also got that younger competition coming through, that under 20s.
When is that starting?
Well, that's probably not this year. That following year, where there'll be more.
Is that a national competition as well?
Yeah, and the women's.
Right.
The other thing you could have is and they're talking about that is they're talking about having potentially, little clusters of teams. So all these Queensland teams plus Melbourne.
Yep.
Then you have the Warriors, and you put that, and you have conferences, and then they all come together, and then you play.
That's what they do in the NFL, don't they?
Yeah, and so you have the conferences, and so that theory as well.
I like the one team.
You play them once.
Yeah.
You play every team once.
And it's not obviously you don't get to play them at home anyway. It's just the one-off. So some will be at home, some will be away.
Well, then the next year it's the opposite.
And you just swap it over. Yeah,
and they swap it over.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
Certainly.
well, that's the way they're going to head. That's the way they're going to head.
And it makes sense that, the Titans and the Broncos and the Dolphins and the Cowboys and probably now when the Chiefs come in, they're all in the same little cluster because that's where the big crowds are going to come from.
So there's 19 teams with the Chiefs.
The rivalry's Dobbo.
There's 19 teams with the Chiefs. You got one more team. You've got one more team to pick. So we know Perth Bears in 27. We know 28 the Chiefs. By 29 or 30, you've got to have that 20 aside. Yeah. Now, I'm being honest
it's either Christchurch or Wellington, isn't it, in New Zealand?
Is that right?
Do you want to go Western Corridor?
Yeah, I think Ipswich has got to have it. And I know that sounds like because people say, oh, Dobbo, you're just saying it because of Ipswich. But
don't you think this now with the Titans and the Broncos, patrolling this area, and the Dolphins, all now in the southeast corner, that's a pretty big chunk.
Okay, I hear you, but I would say Roosters, Manly, West Tigers, Cronulla, St George. I would say that's 6 teams, and you could throw a net over them in Sydney. Now I know there's a population there.
Yeah, but look at the crowds in Queensland compared to So do you know the crowd numbers from last year? Broncos obviously first.
Yeah.
Do you know who second was?
Yeah, Dolphins.
Right. Do you know who third was?
No.
Right. But Cowboys get big crowds.
Yeah, of course. That's a long way away.
Right.
So you would say you'd go to New Zealand.
Well,
you'd go to New Zealand for another team just because of.
Well, I think there's an Origin game going there, isn't it? 27.
Yeah.
Like how big is that going to be? That's going to be huge.
At Eden Park.
And that's the options in New Zealand, right? In either Wellington or Christchurch, and also the southeast corner. There's a big push there as well in this.
What about Toowoomba?
Toowoomba, that's southeast corner.
I just think Ipswich would really benefit from. That city is a huge city.
Yeah.
It's a hard one. It really is. They have to look at it. Either way everything plays at Suncorp, I do think there needs to be another purpose-built stadium. I really do.
No, mate. Pump some money into Suncorp. Jeez, fabulous stadium.
You live 5 minutes from there.
Yeah.
What about the people like myself who are an hour in the sun? We want to be able to go to the football and walk to football.
Have you heard of public transport? Jump on the train.
I don't know that word.
40 minutes.
I don't know that word. So that's the plan. 20 team. But obviously, there's another team to come there.
I love what Peter and Andrew are doing. Peter Volandis and Andrew Abdo, with the NRL and everyone involved there. Is that their expansion plans and how much money they're generating revenue for players, and the game. Everyone, look at you and I. We're full-time employees in the NRL. Have been for 20 years. Same with you.
Yeah, long time. It's a great thing. We're very thankful for this game. Preseason started. 10 players at the Broncos at the moment. And
I'm surprised they got 10 there.
Yeah, they got 10 there. They got training trials. And Albix, Tarfer and Duffy. Cowboys are in full swing bar their rep footballers. So are the Dolphins, so are the Titans.
There's some rules from the RLPA around when players can come back, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
And I saw last night on one of the news channels that it might have been the Titans actually, that some of their players have come back a bit early, which they're
allowed to do.
They're allowed to do, right?
Yeah.
But as a first year player, you must have a minimum of 8 weeks rest from your last engagement at the club.
Yeah.
To when you can come back and officially start training.
But you could train there and
it'd not be official, yeah,
and do it and that's
and I think 8 weeks is a good rest, and everyone should take the 8 weeks because that pre-season is a grind. It's tough, it's physical, it's demanding on your body. So I'm not saying don't train in that period. So what you should be doing is still ticking the body over with your weights and your running, but just not that mental capacity of coming into a club and working same facility. It's just better if you stay away and train, which the players do.
Can I ask you this?
And go and have a holiday too, which most of them do. They're all off overseas now.
I got a little tip at the Titans. Well done to the Titans that Josh Hannay spoke to the squad, and he spoke to them, and from a player, it was more from Josh Hannay in that chat than they heard from Des in 12 months. So it's a big thing. Josh Hannay's obviously talking a lot to him, and they're obviously going to benefit from it.
Don't be too critical of Desi Haslam.
Well, I'm just saying it didn't end well there. His results speak for itself, and I know he's a mate of yours, but I'm just talking from a coaching perspective. Yeah. His results didn't speak. They didn't speak.
Coaching's hard, mate. So
no question. But he's not a great communicator. Right?
Well, he must have been okay. He won premierships.
Yeah. People change.
Yeah.
So they've started. They're going hard. The Dolphins are going bloody hard. What how difficult
So the
is
Dolphins
it?
are back into it
Yeah,
too.
back in. Tommy Flegler's back into it and going. Lovely to see.
Right.
So,
Is he likely to play round one?
yes.
Wow, that's great news.
We won't know till January till he starts his full contact, but he at the moment is tracking for round one.
Right.
Rabbitohs, Wayne Bennett, Suncorp, 4 o'clock kickoff, 3 o'clock here, 4 o'clock Sydney time. How difficult is it for the Broncos? And I'm going to tell you why I think it is difficult at the moment. They played the last game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So you talk about that 8 weeks. Then Walsh, Gemmett, Katoni, Carrigan, Payne, Haas, Nano, Dean Mariner, Josiah Karapani. The list
Who
goes
does
on.
Josiah play for?
He played for Samoa. So it just keeps on going. Then you got the Tongan guys the week before.
Dobbo, that's what happens when you
Yeah,
get.
I know, but
the
I'm
best players.
saying you've got 8 weeks from there, so you're going to get them back for 4 training sessions before Christmas break, and then you come back in January, and that's when you really start. Now, you've been down this literal road before. You've had that the same.
Well, you've got to train yourself, mate. You can't just.
Is that the thing? Is that what it is?
Like, and those guys are disciplined enough to do that. They want to come back and be sloppy and at the back of the pack.
Walshy?
No, he's the same, mate. He'll train, but Walshy's. Yeah, Reece Walsh has got football running through his. He wouldn't be able to stay away from training, mate. You know?
Well, there are blokes already turning up there that shouldn't be. I'm worried about me little mate.
Renault.
I'm
What's
with
happened?
him. Well, he looks like a little gobbledock at the moment, but he looks like you.
Turn it up. I'm actually fit as I've ever been, Dobbo.
Really?
Fit, healthy, ready to go.
I'm not. How are those blokes who are just pros? Like, I mean,
they all got to be.
Ren
pros.
knows how to get himself right. He goes for a few runs. Like, is it difficult to get yourself for that preseason?
No.
The older you get,
the older you get, the smarter you get, and
you don't have to dig into the well.
No, mate, no. You just got to keep ticking the body over.
Yeah.
You know, after I think the body science fellas used to tell me, the sports science, after 3 days, if you don't do anything for 3 days, your body starts to lose its fitness levels. You know, so
yeah.
But they just keep ticking over. Most of them have got home gyms now and saunas and spas, and they got all the equipment they need to get things done, because they're pretty tight, these players. You know,
Bloody oath.
they won't pay a gym membership,
But they'll do it themselves. Are
3 weeks.
you? What is your advice as a coach for the blokes like Walshy and Pat Carrigan? I mean, we follow a bit of Instagram, like people go and spread from ear to arsehole, but like, have you got to get away from it, in your opinion?
Oh, definitely. Paddy's off overseas.
Yeah,
somewhere.
he loves travelling.
Yeah. Those that love travelling, you know, either in Australia or overseas, beach holidays as good as anything for anyone. So, yeah, you need to get away from footy, get away from league with your friends, your girlfriend, your family, and just try and wipe it out of your system for a bit. It's hard to, because it's what you do. But, yeah, that'd be my advice. And I'm sure, once you get through 2 and 3, 4 years of these pre-seasons, you start to understand what you need to do each year to get your body right to go.
It's hard.
Yeah, and the Broncos have got the World Club Challenge to contend with next year, which is it's not as bad as Vegas, because Vegas is actually points on the line, so it's more of a trip of enjoyment, reward.
I think they'll want to win that.
Yeah, they'll want it. You want to win it, but the Aussie teams haven't fared well. You know, even Penrith, as good as they've been, they've lost a couple of those challenges, World Club challenges.
I'm going to go as far as saying, if they can't beat them, they're in for a bad year. I'm not. I'm going to go.
You've got them going to Kosamui. If they can't beat Hull,
if Broncos don't beat Hull in the World Club Challenge, I'm calling Kosamui on them early. They need to put it like, come on,
but mate,
come on, Kev.
The 2001 Broncos team, right, captained by Gordon Tallis, went to play against St Helens, and they got rolled, mate. They got beaten. Gordy was talking about it overseas. I didn't
go. You've gone back 25 years to try and prove a stat.
You only go back.
Boo-hoo.
2 years. Penrith, mate. Penrith got beaten here by St Helens.
I don't care.
By a field goal.
Yeah.
Right? And they got beaten over there.
There was a halfback that day.
Yeah, what's his name?
Lewis Dodd.
Yep.
Yeah, there's he going. Anyway,
but they beat Penrith, mate.
Yeah, okay. Penrith.
Okay. Don't underestimate the English team.
I'm going to say this now. I'm big. I've got a statement in me. I get it.
No.
They will put a score on them. Brisbane will put a score on Hull.
Right. Now I'm going to ask you a question, because you seem to know everything at the moment. Who's going to be, let's leave Brisbane out of it. Who's going to be the second best performing Queensland club next year? Do you think the Cowboys can get off the canvas?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I have grave concerns for the Cowboys. I'm going to go as far as saying that I think the Dolphins...
You think the Dolphins can make the 8?
Look, listen, this is the thing.
What about the Titans too?
Okay, well, just let me talk about the Dolphins first, right? If they get flagged back... Now, the Saifidi injury, like they're not...
He's unknown. Right, but they've got a lot of middle forwards there.
A lot of middle forwards. I don't worry about their four-pack. They've got a very good four-pack, right?
Now, Haas
we saw Francis Molo. We've seen Flegg. We've seen countless... Donahue, Gilbert, Finny Fuiaki, Lemuelu. The list goes on and on. They've got Morgan Knowles going there. Like, they are loaded.
Yeah, I like that Morgan. He's tough.
Then you go Cody Nikorima and Katoa.
Very good.
But this is where your strike is. Trey Fuller, Hammer, Herbie. You've got Azarko. You've got Selwyn. Bostock, who we back. There is a lot of footballers at the Dolphins. Now, I don't want to be critical of the Cowboys. I hope they do well. But something hasn't gelled there. Now, they've cleaned out the assistants. You had to do that. That's what happens. Sometimes it just has to happen. And I think so. I think the Titans will have an improved year. I think the Titans have got a roster that, you know what, and I don't want to get too carried away because last year I said they'd make the 8 and I was horribly wrong. But that roster's good as well.
Yeah.
And what we are going to do is we're going to unpack all those sides, talk about their strengths, weaknesses, and the way they are. But, like, I think Brisbane and the Dolphins, the two Brisbane sides, are huge chances next year.
Right.
You saw what the Dolphins could do, mate. They could Herbie Farnworth and Hammer.
Yeah, their problem will be where to play Hammer
in
and
the
Trey
centres.
Fuller.
In the centres.
Well, I don't know if he's going to be happy there, Dobbo.
Well, too bad.
Yeah, well, that
team first, mate.
Yeah,
team first.
I'm just telling you.
Well, where would you play Selwyn?
Oh, he'll be on the wing. He'll be in there somewhere, won't he? Yep. Bostock's not going to miss out. Osarko's not going to miss out. So, yeah, got some...
And then where you put Avarillo?
Avarillo, well, yeah, he was one of their better players this year in the top.
So, mate, I mean, you know...
They've got good depth there.
Mate, they are...
Good halfback, good hooker.
Yeah, Marshall
fullback,
King.
Spine, strong.
Very strong. They've got a good football team. Yeah. They're a very good football team. And they've got a favourable draw. They've got a very favourable draw.
There's no such thing as a favourable draw.
They've got a favourable draw. You know it.
Who told you to say that?
Trad. If you have to give one bit of advice at this time of the year, what is it to what is it to clubs? What differences? Like every team's got S&C. What is it that you're looking for at this time of the year?
Well, I think this time of the year it's about two things: hard work, making sure that everyone's working hard, and tying him to the team standards, and the skill. You cannot do enough individual skill on players. A lot of players come through, particularly the younger ones coming into grade. They look at the big players in the NRL, the block plays, and you know, for me, catch and pass is really important. Your tackle technique, all those little things in the game that just need to be practiced over and over. Marker defence, over short side defence, over and over again. Ruck defence, over goal line defence, particularly around that ruck area. All those things got to be a huge focus for teams. And
watching video, going back, looking at where you made your mistakes, just getting through.
And they're getting a lot of individual coaching as well. I think that's important.
Yeah, building blocks.
Yeah, once the season starts and you get into that team environment, it just flies. So this period here is about obviously getting them fit, fast, strong, and also develop their skill level as well. And you often see more coaches around the team through the pre-season because there's more individualised stuff to do. You know, some clubs will have 4 and 5 assistant coaches working on different aspects. You know, whether it's the back five, whether it's your middle forwards, whether it's your spine, all these little areas just get more attention around the detail of how the game should be played, which is it's exciting from a playing point of view and also from a coaching point of view. You actually get on the grass and do some real hands-on coaching. It's pretty exciting.
It certainly is. Well, Inside Ball, we're coming to you. We'll continue to come to you. Kevie and I, with and obviously any updates we will try and break. But thank you to our great friends at Ladbrokes, and we'll still have plenty more. Great to see you, Kev. Appreciate you, brother.
You too, Dobbo.
Good on you.
See you next week.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.